This one drive by Ben Johnson may have changed the trajectory of the Bears' entire season. Let's talk about it. What is going on, y'all? Fox Sports all back at it with another video talking, of course, NFL here to talk about the Chicago Bears. So if you're a Bears fan, guys, please do hit that subscribe button down below. Please make sure to hit the bell icon so you're notified every time I drop a new video, guys. And real quick, before we get started, I want to give a shout out to the sponsor of today's video, ProfitX. ProfitX is America's #1 sports prediction market where you go ahead and play against other peers instead of the sports book or the house. And so you will almost always get the best odds and best prices on all money lines, totals, player props, and spreads, guys. It is the best site for that. And right now, if you use my promo code FST, you can get up to $200 in profit cash in your first 30 days on the site. Guys, you can win real money predicting sports. Terms and conditions apply. All right, I don't mean to be hyperbolic because I know you guys will think I am being, but I'm not. This drive that I'm about to tell you may have turned the Bears season around. And the drive is the drive in the third quarter, the 19-play drive by the Bears, okay? Let me set the stage for you, all right? Let me set the stage for you and tell you why it was so important, okay? It's 24-14, Bears are leading, 10:03 in the third quarter, okay? Plenty of time in the game, plenty of time, okay? When we've seen what can happen literally in a quarter, all right, from week one, and I'll bring up that week one game one more time, just wait on it. 10:03 left in the third quarter, Bears are up 24-14. Way too much time here. We know the Cowboys are a good offense, even if they had lost CeeDee Lamb at that point. And so you needed to come away from this drive with points. And what does Ben Johnson do? All right, let me read you the drive, okay? This was the Bears' 19-play touchdown drive. 11-yard run, incomplete pass, 12-yard pass, 9-yard pass, 0-yard run, 2-yard run, 7-yard run, 4-yard run, 2-yard run, 4-yard run, 7-yard run, 5-yard run, 4-yard run, 2-yard run, 8-yard run, 4-yard pass, 7-yard pass, 4-yard touchdown pass. Whoa, I got tired of reading that. All right, imagine how tiring that was for the Cowboys defense. All right, so why is this drive so important? Because we know Ben Johnson is an offensive mastermind, and when it comes to obviously, you know, his forte, we know it's mainly through the air, right? Being able to come up with explosive chunk plays through the pass game. But we also know Ben Johnson loves to run the football. Well, the Bears don't have a great run game. Even still, Ben Johnson realized in that moment, I need to learn from what happened in week one against the Minnesota Vikings. All right? In week one, what happened against the Vikings? The Bears in the end of the third quarter, going to the fourth quarter, were up 17-6. All right? So 10-point lead against the Cowboys, 11-point lead against the Vikings. All right? Against the Minnesota Vikings, they had a drive. All right? They're up 17-6, in which Ben Johnson dialed up 6 runs to 4 passes. Bears miss a field goal from 50 yards. And then right the very next play, you know what happened? The Vikings score a touchdown, and then you know what happens the rest of the game. They end up losing. Now, even if, you know, Cairo Santos hits the field goal, it's still a tie game instead of the Bears taking the lead. So Ben Johnson realized in that moment he needed points on that drive. But not only did he need points, he needed time to go off the clock. All right? And he didn't care about the fact that, hey, look, our run game isn't great. DeAndre Swift has some trouble running between the tackles. We've got a 7th-round rookie as the backup that we got to depend on. We're running our wide receiver as a quasi-running back in DJ Moore. So it's not great. But you know what? I am going to just force it down the Cowboys' defense throat, and I'm going to run the damn football. And these were not explosive runs here. Again, we're talking about 2-yard run, 4-yard run, 2-yard run, 4-yard run. Like, just basic gains here. But what it did was it tired out the Cowboys defense, and it also showed the Bears the versatility that, hey, we don't always have to, you know, get chunk plays via the air. It could literally be death by 1,000 paper cuts here, and that's exactly what happened, all right? And the best part about this drive was at the very end when you literally had Kyle Menengai run backwards for 8 yards, all right, backwards for an 8-yard loss. Bears get a 4-yard pass, a 7-yard pass. By the way, it's 4th and goal. Easily could have kicked a field goal. I probably would have done that. I'm not Ben Johnson. That's why he gets paid the big bucks. And it would have been 27-14. But no, Ben Johnson realized, hey, that's exactly what I did against the Vikings in week one. All right? Missed a field goal. I am not risking that. We're getting some damn points here. And you know what? Obviously, the result was Caleb Williams gets the ball on fourth down, looks, scrambles a little bit from the pocket, finds DJ Moore wide open in the end zone. Boom, 31-14. Absolutely breaks the Cowboys back. That's the dagger in the football game. Cowboys defense is tired, and that is all she wrote. That was a masterful drive right there because it did exactly what you needed to do. All right, got a ton of time off the clock. It got the Cowboys defense tired, and it gave the Bears the confidence to know that, hey, when we need to impose our will, we can do so with the run game, even if we don't have the horses. Now, that won't necessarily always work against other better defenses, but in this time, in this game, that's what the Bears needed, and that's exactly what Ben Johnson dialed up. And like I said, the Bears, I believe, were going for it no matter what. If it was a decent distance, Ben Johnson even confirmed that after the game. He said if it was the down and distance that we had been working on, we were going for it. And Caleb Williams said after the game he was not shocked one bit that Ben Johnson went for it on fourth down, because we saw what happened against the Vikings. And the Vikings game, again, it was 6 runs, 4 passes, so it was much more balanced. But this time, no. We had, 13 runs, including 11 straight, and 5 passes. 5 passing plays. So that drive basically was the killer drive, the dagger drive that ended the Cowboys' hopes, and that effectively got the Bears the victory in that game. So that is what I wanted to talk about with that drive, because Ben Johnson is such an incredible coach where he learns from his mistakes. He learns from his mistakes, and he understands that, look, we are in a very, very precarious situation here where I cannot have my team come off the field without a touchdown. Not just points with a field goal, a touchdown. Because even if this was not going to be 50-yarder, but, kickers miss. We saw so many field goals get blocked today by various teams that ended up in L's. Ben Johnson was not having it. So that was a masterful job by Ben Johnson. And now look what happens. You're 1-2. You got the Raiders up next. You got a bye week. Then you got teams like the Commanders and Saints. And you could easily see yourself getting back to 2-2, 3-2, 4-2. I'm not saying those are guaranteed dubs. I'm just saying, look, 0-3 would have been drastically worse, obviously. That would have been, that would have been awful, right? To go down 0-3, and it would have been just gut-wrenching. Another, team coming back and beating the Bears, no. Ben Johnson said, I'm not letting it happen. So just a masterful drive from Ben Johnson. I wanted people to know just how important of a drive that was. All right, so I know obviously a lot happened before that with the explosive plays and the chunk plays, but when you needed to get the job done, that's what Ben Johnson called up, and that's what the Bears did. So love that from Ben Johnson and the Bears, man. I wanted to share with you guys. Let me know what you guys think about that. Leave a comment down below with your thoughts as always. Thanks for watching.